What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my new subscribers. Thanks for joining me. Today I want to talk about 3 random knives. I was going through doing a rotation on some of the knives I kept in my car and in my glove box, and started finding the knives that I've been using over this last winter. It's kind of a spring clean, and pulled these knives out and kind of was looking at them and never saw videos on YouTube about them, so I thought I'd make one real quick. Maybe introduce you guys to a couple new companies. So let's get this started. So the first one is Honey Badger knives. This one is the medium D2 drop point in orange. And yeah, that's pretty much the name of the knife. So it's just got a nice big flipper tab on it for gloves. They have designed this knife for use with gloves. So it's got a big, easy to use finger hole. Whoops. Big finger hole there. This knife is actually really easy to flip, really easy to use. It's a nice little EDC knife, and you can go to honeybadgerknives.com and build one out. So they have small, medium, large. They've got Wharncliffe blades. They've got the drop points like this one. They've got I think they have a Tonto. They've got all different kinds of blade shapes. I think they have 9CR, D2, and 14C 28N. At the time when I purchased this one, D2 was the best of the steels that they offered. I think they only offered this in 9CR, so I just wanted the D2. Yeah, and I've been using it for about a year now, and it's a great knife. I used it last winter on a couple hunting trips, and it performed very well. Yeah, it's got a reversible pocket clip. It's just a pretty basic but very functional EDC knife. The sharpening's alright. You can grind in your own sharpening choil. This, you can see where the big stop pin goes behind the flipper tab, so you don't have to really worry about that, so you can grind one in. Yeah, and they make bigger ones. This is the medium. If I were to buy another one, which I'm waiting until they do the 14C 28N in a large with the Wharncleaver, which is the Wharncliffe that they have. It's just kind of a wider one. As soon as they offer that in 14C, I'll be picking one up. But yeah, this is a good knife to have, good budget knife. Next one, Petrified Fish. Seems like as many people have heard of them as that haven't, if that makes sense. Half the time when I mention Petrified Fish, they think I'm talking about some kind of 60s band or something. And I'm like, no, this is a knife company that makes pocket knives. And it's a company out of China. This is the Beluga. It's got the reversible pocket clip. It's the front flipper, but it's got, it's kind of got a front flipper that's kind of hard to use, just because if you've never used a front flipper before, it's pretty small and the angle is weird, so you just kind of have to know how to just flick it open. Once you get it, it's fine. I'm no expert, but it's also got this fuller on it where you can reverse flick it. I don't know if you could thumb flick it. Yeah, you could thumb flick it with the reverse flick, or I mean with the fuller. So yeah, this is it. It's got this brown G10 with the K110 steel. Yeah, it's, pretty long knife. I think the blade's like 3.75 inches. Yeah, 3.85 inches long. Probably got a 3.75 inch cutting edge. Yeah, it's nice. They're contoured, so it's kind of rounded, so it feels good in the hands, even though it's so tall. Personally, this one's a little big for me, and they make a mini Beluga that's smaller. I think the blade length is only 2.7 inches, and it's a little too small for me. I kind of wish they made a middle ground, but that's okay. I kept this one, and I've used it quite a bit, and yeah, it works great. I definitely check out Petrified Fish. They have a few knives. I've got 3 or 4 of them. Then lastly, everybody has seen the mini Sheepdog. The Kaiser Sheepdog was pretty popular. It was either last year or the year before. I went and saw one on sale. I can't remember where at. I think it's at White Mountain Knives. I got this one. I don't think it's an exclusive, but don't quote me. I don't remember. But when I got it in the mail, I realized that it doesn't have a lock on it. It's a no lock, and I didn't read that part in the description. And at first I was super bummed about it. But then I started using it. And at first I was pretty nervous. And after a while, I realized that it's actually a really good little knife that's easy to use. You can pull it out, you could cut open a package, you could throw it back in your pocket, throw it in your bag. It locks tight well. It's got a nice detent ball in there. The way the detent works is it's like a bar in the middle of the handle. This in the inside under the scale, you'll see a cutout with a detent ball, little detent, and you crank it open and see there's milling on that side and that bar on that side. Click, and now it's in place, and then you just break it over. So when you're done using it, you just shut it. So you can really kind of fidget with this thing. You just got to kind of be careful, make sure you don't cleave your finger. But other than that, yeah, it's a nice little knife. Surprisingly, I do get a little nervous putting it in my pocket for some reason. I don't know if it's just blind irrational fear because it doesn't have a lock on it, because it's not like the lock locks the knife closed. But anyways, I do throw this in my glove box and in that little cubby hole in between my seat in my car for when I need to open up a package, or I buy something at the store and it's got that hard plastic on it. Just whip that guy out, cut it open real quick. Anyways, these are the 3 knives that I just was wanting to talk about, 3 random knives. If you guys like quick little content like this, let me know so I know what to be making for you fine people out there. I hope you have a good day, and I'll talk to you later.